Hi Mike, hi Carole. So here's a few words for my best mate and his bride on their wedding day. And sincerest thanks to Luke for making this communication possible. Top man, thank you. The first thing I want to say is how totally gutted I am at not being able to make the trip to be there with you. Since then, in fact, only yesterday I heard that my mum and dad are not in physical shape to get there either. And my sister can't get there either, so a complete no-show from the Russells, which is disappointing. But we are definitely with you in spirit. So then, now my problem is what do I want to say about someone who's been my best mate for about half a century? Especially when, Mike, you're the one with the steel-trap memory, and I'm the one with the memory of a concussed goldfish. But as is often the case, the most distant memories are the clearest. In fact, the very first memory is the clearest of them all. I was 10 years old and my family had just moved to Badger's Mount near Orpington. My mum and dad selected St Anne's School there for my sister and I. I was painfully shy in those days, and nobody seemed to want to talk to the new boy when I first got there, until a confident kid came up and thrust his hand across the desk, looked me straight in the eye and said, "Hello, I'm Michael Benton." We shook hands and it went on from there. We had a huge amount of fun together, which in our terms meant having a lot of sleepovers, before sleepovers were invented, and a lot of very active, funny days. We used to stay at each other's houses, and when Mike stayed with me, my home was the Black Eagle pub. Our idea of having fun included stealing apples from the orchard that shared a border with the pub, hunting rats with foam fire extinguishers in the unused restaurant that was on the land, tearing around the circular car park in my dad's Mini Traveller while the pub was closed and he wasn't watching, and hiding on the flat roof above the pub and firing clay pellets from little guns onto the bald heads of men as they got out of coaches that had stopped at the pub. Karma came back and kicked my ass for that, so I guess I must have hit the target a few more times than Mike did. So basically, having fun involved stealing, joyriding and shooting stuff. Little did we know how far ahead of our time we actually were. When we stayed at Mike's house, we used to get up early and ride the length of Park Avenue with Les the milkman helping him with his deliveries. We experimented with cooking there too, coming up with creative recipes, all of which involved toast. Our most memorable dish, which we really should have named, included cheese, sardines and fried eggs. It's breakfast time here and I'm hungry now. By the time we got to senior school, my family had moved to West Sussex, but we continued to shuttle to and from each other's houses at holiday times. During our early teens, we developed a passion for motorsport and travelled to Brands Hatch on many occasions, sometimes for Formula One, sometimes for club races, but we enjoyed the freedom of striking out alone together. The trip to Silverstone for Formula One, in a year that Mike is sure to remember, took us further afield and included sharing our tent with a Brazilian photographer whose name he will also recall. I have no confidence in my memory, but I think it was Geraldo de Farrell Castro. How am I doing, Mike? As we hit our late teens and early 20s, more mayhem ensued. I recall a lot of wild, hilarious and dangerous times, but what we got up to and into is better kept for another occasion, because I'm really not sure who's watching this. As the years rolled on, our meetings have inevitably been less frequent, but every time we do hook up makes the last time seem like yesterday. And saying that makes me even more frustrated that I'm not with you in person today. What I can say about this mate of mine, so I'm going to embarrass you now, is that he is one of the most generous, genuine, sensitive, loving people on the planet. And I'm a very lucky man to have run into him, grown up with him, and to have had his friendship for so long. He's also a hell of a lot smarter than he sometimes realises. I'm sure that Carole will back me up on that. They're a great couple who complement each other really well and have had just about enough time to figure out that they belong together. Mike and Carole, I wish you and your fabulous family every happiness for a long, long, long time, and have a great day. Lots of love from me.